welcome and hope all of you are safe and healthy. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most in-demand soft skill in 2020, that is rapport building. And we'll be talking about few of the models that I've created through which you can be better at rapport building, as well as we'll learn more about how you can be more effective while you communicate for the first time with somebody. So let us start. So what do you mean by rapport? Rapport means in French, literally taking something back. So when we talk about rapport building with somebody, you want that person to at least remember your name. For the first time when you communicate with a stranger, you want that person to understand your feeling. You want that person to relate with you. So I have a very unique model created by me through which you can build rapport. Okay, so before we start talking about rapport, I want to tell you that there are basic 5 qualities which you should possess in order to have a better rapport building conversation. These 5 qualities are: first, the confidence. The way you communicate, the body language that you have plays a vital role about your voice that you communicate with the other person. So it is very important that you are confident before having that conversation. Second most important thing is expertise. You should know the job that you are doing. You should know all the questions, all the answers that the other person would have, while you are communicating some information to them. The third one is honesty. The way you speak, the honesty should be there in your tone, and that will only happen when you actually think from the other person's perspective. So the fourth one is empathy. You need to understand what the other person is looking for, what is the interest of other person, and then you should communicate. Last but not the least, the communication should be more solution driven. It should not ask a lot of questions, but it should direct them towards a solution. So the 5 qualities that we spoke about is honesty, confidence, expertise, solution driven, and empathy. So in order to build rapport for the first time when you communicate with somebody, I have built a model which is called as SOCCC model, SOCCC. Now the SOCCC model is based on the principle of big talk. So you guys might have already done something called as small talk. Small talk is something for the first time when you communicate with somebody, you go ahead and talk something through which you can break the ice. For example, how are you? How was your day? These are small talks. What I'm talking about is having a deeper conversation, asking certain questions through which the other person will reply, and your follow-up questions will help the person to give you a detailed answer. Now this model is very interesting because this model will give you techniques of what kind of questions to ask to start these kind of big talks. You can use SOC in a very better and effective manner when you have 3 important skill sets. The first is research about the person who you want to build rapport with. The second is listen. You need to listen to each and everything that the other person is saying. And the third and most important is asking questions. Asking right type of questions will lead you to more and more detail about that person. So now that you are familiar with SOCCC model, how to use it, let us talk in detail about the 5 components within SOCCC. These 5 components are similarity, opinion, confession, curious, and concern. These 5 topics are bigger heads through which you can ask a lot of questions that will take you to deeper conversation with the person you are talking for the first time. So let us talk about the first one, that is similarity. Now similarity means something that is similar between you and the other person. The place, maybe the kind of job that you do, maybe the industry, maybe some kind of hobbies, something that matches with both of you. You can use that as one of the starting conversation that can lead you to more and more information about the person. The second most important is opinion. Opinion is something that I personally use to trigger something out of the person. So when I trigger something out of the person, that means for example, I have a lot of friends from Indore, and all of these Indoris are so talkative. They are very much excited about how clean Indore is. What exactly is there in Indore about, as per you? What is the most famous thing in Indore? This is an opinion backed by a question. This will trigger the other person to go ahead and defend what Indoris are concerned or most praised about. So they will go ahead and speak a lot about Indore and their personal interest within Indore, and then they will go ahead and give a lot of example and a lot of their personal life experiences through which you can have a follow-up question. The third one is confession. When we talk about confession, it can be, confessing some kind of feeling, confessing some kind of thing that you felt about. For example, I am a recruiter and I am looking at a resume of a candidate, and the first thing that I say is, hey, you know what? I see your resume format is very good. I have never seen somebody's format as detailed as yours. From where did you get the inspiration behind it? And did you make this, or did you download this template from somewhere? Now, this will lead the other person to go ahead and give you a lot of information about whether he actually made this or not, and also about the inspiration through which the person went ahead and created this. The fourth one is curiosity. Curiosity will always lead you to a lot of questions and a lot of fun incidents that might have happened in the other person's life. For example, hey, I'm very curious to see that in your resume you have written that you are an academic topper, but also that you are one of the best in volleyball and you have represented at state level. It must be tough maintaining both the things and being best in it. How did you manage doing both of them? This particular question will help the other person to give you a lot of detailed answer. Now, of course, the person might say it was not easy and not all, but then the follow-up questions will help you to get more and more information from the person. So curiosity is one another information that can help you out. The last fifth component of SOC is concern. In today's world, in the first thing all of you might be asking somebody for the first time when you are calling is, how are you? Is everything fine as per the pandemic situation that is there? So showing concern to somebody is also one of the good opening statement that you can make. And also you can ask certain questions like, I hope your family is safe and sound, you are healthy, and how do you manage within this pandemic situation? This will lead the other person to give a lot of detailed information about their day-to-day activity. So I think rounding up the entire or summing up the entire model of SOC, similarity, opinion, curiosity, confession and concern will help you to begin your conversation with a stranger. This conversation will lead you to more and more deeper conversation when you have better follow-up question. So you can use this model and you can let me know that whether it was helpful to all of you or not, and whether you were able to get into a deeper conversation with somebody. So this is the model through which you can build rapport in a better manner and in a very effective way. Feel free to reach out to me. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and drop me your feedbacks about the model after using it. Thank you so much.